Hi guys, it's the Migas.
It's us again. Cindy here.
Nora here. We are gonna talk about time management on this episode, on our third episode. But before we get into that, how was your weekend?
How was my weekend? Well, doing some house planning stuff. I don't even know if I want to really truly mention this until, but doing some house planning stuff.
Wait till the cards align, everything is signed, sealed, delivered.
Doing some house planning stuff, and so ran some errands for that. Got some time to spend with family, some of on my in-laws side, family that I haven't seen in a little bit, so that was really nice. Celebrated my niece's 8th birthday party. Some of you guys saw the behind the scenes on Instagram stories on my personal page, mommy.sinsin. And you guys, if you guys are aware, or if you aren't aware, follow so you can see all the nitty-gritty details of how my sister throws events and goes down. Like, I always remember you saying, like, can I be adopted into your family?
Seriously.
I had a couple other people say the same thing.
Well, they better get in line.
Right? I had to double check. I was like, this is Nora asking again? I was like, she already knows. She's already in. The contract is signed.
This is, get in line. Now we have to hold interviews.
Seriously. And you have to come on the podcast for the interview.
Yes, exactly.
And the world will hear you.
We'll know.
How was yours?
It was good. So I had my husband had a few lottery draft stuff because it's draft season. Womp womp.
I thought you said lottery because that
no, not
happened.
that. I wish I'd be like, we're billionaires. No, but the lottery draft for fantasy football. So it was me with the 3 kids. Season. Yeah. But I did take my kids to. My parents live in Fort Lee, so we went to the park over there. And they had just revamped Fireman's Park, which is a tiny little park, and it has like a tiny pool, but that was closed. Thank God, because I'm like, I'm not putting you in here. So we went just for them to play, and they were socializing with other kids, playing with other kids, and it was nice because, not for nothing, like, I don't really like to take them around this area because it is extremely congested. It's a lot of kids in the park, on the playgrounds, and I just think it's a little too overwhelming. So we went there, and it was maybe like 10 kids.
Oh, nice.
So it was nice. It was really nice. And then yesterday,
take notes if you want to take the adventure, or if you're near that area. Go to that park. Wait, you said
Fireman's Park. It's on Whiteman Street, and then I don't know what the cross street is.
Do they have a fire truck?
No, they actually have a fireman, like a statue. I guess it's I never read it. I lived in Fort Lee for I think it was 10 years or something, and I just never.
You were also kidless.
Yeah, right? That's true. So
I was like, I'm not going to the park. You pay more attention to, where can I take my kids
exactly.
Next? After becoming a mom.
And then yesterday, I went to the Target in Rivervale that you always tell me about. So I went there, and then my friend was over, and we just kind of chilled and watched F-Boy Island. I put her on. It is such a horrible show, but it's so great.
I'm gonna have to add that to
yes, it's
my
on
list.
HBO Max. It's so good, and it's on its 2nd season now, and I just can't get enough. I'm like, this is what people do, and it's absolutely insane, but I'm here for it. But yeah, so pretty good weekend.
That's good. Well, speaking of shows, I guess that's one thing we can also kind of throw on here. What shows we're watching? What shows can we be watching?
Yeah.
With time management. Literally need to time manage my shows.
Yes.
Into my freaking day.
Yeah.
And especially that I watch most of my shows, like 95% of my shows, with Kelvin.
Yes.
So it's not like I could binge throughout the day and cheat and say, hey, no, I haven't seen this episode yet. I can't do that. So if you have partners that you watch shows with, because I've heard I don't wait for them. Yeah. I watch that shit and then just rewatch it with them.
That's right. I tried to do that with Sopranos, and then I was really I really wanted to watch it, and I'm sitting here and
it's so hard.
I was just like, can you get back from wherever you are? I want to watch. I need to know what happened.
And you feel so guilty if you watch it.
And then I watched it a few times, and then he could see my face. I'm like, oh, what? And he's like, you watched it, didn't you? And I'm like, no. I did.
Shoot. Yeah, but the show that we're currently watching is The Boys.
Ugh.
The new season.
Yeah,
it's
Alberto
it's
likes
intense.
to watch that.
Yeah, I like it. See, this is when we're different but the same
It's
with
too
things. So this is one of the things that is,
No.
See, I like it. I enjoy it. That kind of stuff.
And you know what's so crazy? I was excited for it because Nate from Gossip Girl is in it, and I was just
I haven't watched Gossip Girl.
Okay, so the guy who is like a fish or whatever.
Okay,
that guy.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh my god, but he's so weird.
Yes,
I'm like,
the whole thing is weird, and the sarcasm and all that stuff, and then it doesn't. And I think I was speaking with my cousin about this. That we like the show because of all the violence.
See that I can't like whenever
because
it's gory stuff.
It's like they'll do like a romantic stuff, and if it's like too soft, it's like quick. They have to boom, like kill somebody, do some crazy shit, and
No, I hate it. Like he'll watch it, I'm like, oh, on this team, can you watch it downstairs? I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah, it's intense. Definitely not. Especially, I feel like with this new season, definitely do not watch around children.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Don't even watch any of it. It's absolute garbage. No.
Well, even with Stranger Things, that was one that we finished watching prior to. There were a couple, like especially that last season was, I feel like, very dark, very
super
demonic.
Dark. Yeah.
Again, stuff that I was like to watch. Spoiler. Not gonna because I hate spoilers.
Yeah.
I absolutely, and I don't even watch trailers to things these days anymore because I feel like these trailers these days you watch the whole thing, and with the way that my brain works, I was like, I already know what happens even in between all this stuff. Yeah. So I forgot what I was saying, but
so
time management.
Let's go back into time management.
We'll keep talking about shows.
Yeah, seriously, for a whole podcast just on shows. So how has your day changed so drastically? Because I know it just does once you have kids. Like from you were young and fun, able to just put
I'm still young and fun. What you saying?
Girl. You're very young and fun, but like carefree.
I know what you mean.
You're able to throw your purse and just go out without having to get another human ready, or humans. But yeah, like how has that changed for you, and what are some of the things that you're doing to assure you get the most out of your day?
Okay. So that was a fully loaded question. But how has my day changed? Clearly has definitely changed. I not only have to get myself ready, especially if we're leaving the house, now I have to get this precious little human ready. And that involves not just getting him dressed and changed, it also involves okay. Packing his bag. Yeah. And not just diapers and wipes.
Snacks and toys.
Snacks, toys, specific snacks sometimes. Because, depending on where we're going, gotta be aware of other children's allergies. I can't pack, obviously, he loves peanut butter. I can't pack him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. We're going to be eating it in the middle of the library. Oh, no, we're crying over spilled milk.
Literal spilled milk.
So... Okay. So, being mindful of that. Also, again, packing enough liquids and all that. And surprisingly, as I was mentioning before, we have our little chats before we start officially recording, is that I've always been late to events. You can ask all of my closest friends, all of my family, always late, always takes me forever to get out the house when it was just me. So I was like, shoot, everybody was like, oh, now that she's a mom, forget it. She's going to be there like 3 hours later. I used to be there 2 hours late. Now I'm 3 hours late. But surprisingly enough, I guess through the planning and even giving myself like a grace period, like I like to call it. Like, for instance, if I need to be somewhere at 1 o'clock, I'm like, and if it's going to take me 20 minutes to get there, I would usually sometimes leave my house like 12:45. So clearly, I will definitely arrive at 1:05, and that's if there's no traffic, nobody being an a-hole on the road or whatever. But now I'm like, okay, the thing is at 1, I tell myself that it's actually at 12. Mm-hmm. And then I'll leave my house, let's say, or sometimes another thing too that's helpful is putting an alarm on my phone to remind me, because sometimes I'll go into a tangent of preparing his bag and stuff like that, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta get this from here, take my sweet old time, and clearly just killed 5 essential minutes from my freaking day. Yeah. So I give myself the grace period that especially knowing with Caleb that I have to put him in the car seat, I always give myself like an extra 10 minutes just for that.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what his mood is. And like I mentioned before, he's been pretty great with getting in the car seat. But what if, I don't know, I dropped the keys somewhere, or again, forgot to grab the diapers, or let me get an extra thing of milk, or let me get an extra thing, like an extra bottle. Giving myself that wiggle room has actually brought me to places on time. Sometimes even like for story times or whatever, I get there 10 minutes before the time actually starts. And I'm like, oh my God, what do I do with this time?
So much time.
I'm like, this is so much time. Then I'm like, oh, I can call this person, call that person. Then I'm here in the cars, parked at the place. Yeah. I'm like, oh shit, it's 1:05. Like,
yeah, exactly.
So that's how I've been managing myself and like planning out my day. Or you also said making the most out of the day. So for instance, this morning, getting ready to come here, Caleb slept in a little bit later than usual, and instead of me, and he was laying next to me, and I'm there like, scrolling on my phone. Here we go, another bump. Scrolling on my phone, and I'm like, hey, instead of me scrolling on my phone, let me take advantage that he's still sleeping, and let me go shower. Please. That's his new word. Please.
Good.
I'm like, let me go shower. Mm-hmm. And I was actually able to take a nice long shower. And I was like, oh, usually when I turn on the shower, like he instantly knows, mom's doing something for herself. Let's engage. So yeah, I was able to take a nice shower this morning. It was really nice. And that's another thing that you learn to appreciate during motherhood. And I was able to, again, take that long shower. And actually, after I got out the shower, that's when he woke up. So I was like, okay. Like, I took advantage of that time instead of still laying there. So sometimes it's that, just giving myself that little, okay, let's go. Let's do this. What can I do while he's still sleeping? Yeah. And I was talking about that over the weekend with one of my cousin-in-laws, like nap times.
Those are sacred.
What do we do during nap times? Because sometimes, like lately, I can get a 1 hour stretch. But sometimes that 1 hour, whenever I get up to do something, it feels like 10 minutes. Yeah. Or those 3 hour ones are the
nice ones.
Because it's like, okay, I can watch 30 minutes of this. Yeah. And I still have time. What else can we do? Yeah. So sometimes, most of the time, I get lazy and just relax. But I wouldn't even say lazy.
That's what I was going to say. It's not really lazy. It's like...
But society will say, oh my God, you're so lazy. What have you done today?
But look at society's not that great because they're over here freaking eating Tide Pods and doing all this other crap.
Shit.
So
I forgot about Tide Pods.
Tide Pods when they were doing the cinnamon challenge, doing like the craziness. So that society, I don't want to be part of that. That's just ridiculous. But those little bit of time, like to go off of that, like I've caught myself. There have been times that. Like when the kids are taking a nap or whatever, in my head I have a running to-do list. I mean every mom, every woman, everyone, to be honest, you have a running to-do list in your head. And in my head I'm like, okay, I need to go clean the kids' rooms, I need to clean the bathroom, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to make these appointments, I need to do this, I need to do this, I have to do this, da 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 da. Once the kids are either busy or out of the house or whatever, I'm so exhausted from just the day and running that whole list in my head that I just like do nothing. Like when my parents would take this prior to Zoe, like my parents would take the kids to, like I would take them to their house and they would stay the weekends. And I'm like, I'm going to get so much stuff done. But I was exhausted from working 40 hours, being with the kids after school, trying to help them with everything, having them play, letting them be occupied, do all these things. By the time I got my weekend to myself, I would sleep as much as I could, which was like the latest is like 10. I'm like 10 a.m. Oh my God. Yeah. That is literally the equivalent of the 2 p.m. time I would wake up when I had no kids. I was like,
10 a.m. That's already 5 p.m. for me.
Yeah, seriously. And then, I would go to try to do everything else. I would do the bare minimum because I'm just so tired. But I also was not taking advantage of the pockets of time.
I like that.
That I would have. So like when they're napping or like right now, the kids are in school And I just have Zoe. Zoe right now is at the point where she's just kind of chilling and just
the chill phase.
Yeah, the chill phase, nothing crazy.
Chill season.
Exactly. I'm taking this all in. But like in the morning, for example, this morning I dropped off the kids early. Like I dropped them off at school. They started at 8:30. I came home. She was still sleeping. So I was like, while she's still sleeping, let me put my pumps in. So I did. That's one great thing about having wearable pumps. And I made. I cleaned their room. I cleaned Oliver's room. I put the clothes away from the laundry. I did a load of laundry, and I let Max go out, get his food and his water ready, and then came back upstairs. And then I started like cleaning around the living room, and then she woke up. But all of that took 20 minutes.
That's sometimes what it is. That's another tip that I've seen across Instagram. It's like setting your a timer for 20 minutes and like seeing what you can get done.
Yeah.
And then once that 20 minutes is up, literally put the shit down.
Yeah.
And go fucking sit down.
Yeah.
Like.
And I've been doing also like instead of looking at my house and being like, oh my god, like
it's
like oh my god,
yeah.
I need the whole place.
It needs to be immaculate.
I do by spots. Like I was telling my husband this morning, I'm like not tomorrow because tomorrow I have a very busy day. The next day, Wednesday, I was like, when the kids are in school and Zoe's here after I give her milk and everything, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tackle the 2 closets that have been giving me super Monica vibes. You know, Monica's closet in France that she had that she was like, it's absolutely atrocious. I have 2 of those closets and it absolutely drives me insane. So that is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be fixing those 2 closets and, you know, I need to manage my time that way because then I'll never get to it. But some of the tips that I've been doing, at least, like, listen, I have big Aries energy. So for me, it's all about lists and planners and all that stuff. So I do have a planner. I still do pen to paper. That's what I do all the time. And I'll go my AM, PM, and then my miscellaneous. And then I'll just do what needs, like, the most important. And whatever else is sprinkled inside, like in between, I'm just like, oh, that was like a little bonus. It's nice.
Yes, it is.
It's nice. It's a little bonus, you know, bonus time for me to fix and do what I need to do. But when it comes to the kids' events, because, you know, I have 3.
Busy.
Yeah. I do, like what you said, I give myself the grace period before. And, like, if I have to be somewhere at 1, I'm getting ready at, like, 9.
Yes.
You know, you have to get them dressed. You have to get, like as you said, their snacks. Now.
Yeah, and packing. Like, if you're going to be out later, like, one thing that I've learned, too, is packing his pajamas.
Yeah.
So then that way I can...
What you
want,
Bobby?
Trying to get Caleb settled over here. And you want cars? Oh, turning right. Panda.
I like that one. Turning red was good.
I love it.
I was like, that's me. That's literally me. Like, I totally, and like with the overbearing mom, I was like, oh my god, I totally get it. Like, I totally get it. Like,
that was bad when she was outside of her classroom.
Yeah, I was like,
you forgot your pants.
Oh my god, that was so horrible. I'm like, you need to leave this poor girl alone.
No, so
you okay, buddy? Our visitor, our manager.
I know.
We have our manager here.
Our boss baby over here, Mr. Caleb.
So yeah, you know, I try to give myself the grace period to make sure that I don't, you know, I'm not late for stuff. Like, it's really annoying. But I also have learned to say no to a lot of things.
I'm still working on that.
Like events. If it's going to be overwhelming, especially for my kids, especially for Oliver, if it's overwhelming, I politely decline or just say, hey, you know, we have something that day or something. But, you know, I don't really have that many friends with kids that invite us to things. And then those that do, this is a whole nother topic, but those that do, when they have like kids parties or whatever, we're never asked, so I'm just kind of like whatever. So saying no has been very easy for me.
I was like, well, you better not say no to Caleb's birthday.
Oh no, please. I already RSVP'd before the party. We're there.
Before the invitation was sent out.
We're there.
I gotta work on. That's one thing I gotta work on.
I just look, and if it's like if they've had a long week, if they've had multiple events all week, I'm not gonna exhaust them, and I just say no. We have this weekend. It is a backyard weekend. It is stay at home, be comfortable, lose your shit weekend. Do what you need to do weekend.
I like that.
But then there's weeks that I'm just like, you know what? I need you guys to see something different, and I plan the whole day around it. Like, if we're going to American Dream, that is literally the only thing we are doing that day. Like, I don't know.
You're not like me, so I went to the Liberty Science Center, and then right after that,
no, I can't
went
do that.
to American Dream.
I can't do that. I don't know how.
Got home at 9 p.m. and he was amazing. Actually, at the American Dream, where I thought, like that's another thing too. I have very low expectations when going out and doing things with him. Mm-hmm. And because I don't know what his mood is going to be. You know, the kid is almost 2 years old. He's obviously
still developing a personality.
Yeah, and more aware of his emotions, more aware of how he acts and how I react to that. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing too, working on my reactions to shit, because then I'm like, if I have a big reaction, he's going to keep fucking doing it. Yeah. So now I'm just like, okay, that's what you want to do, cool. And like I said, he was screaming. I think we were like at Zara's or something. This was already like they're fucking closing. It's like 8 something at night. After again, we did the entire Liberty Science Center. I think we hit all freaking floors. And then from the Liberty Science Center to American Dream, that's a 30-minute ride. Yeah. Then we go eat. He was actually pretty decent when we went to eat. And I was actually able to sit down and enjoy a couple drinks. Yeah. Then we walked the mall, went to a couple stores. We were actually trying to go into the aquarium too, but then something happened with like the tickets or whatever, so that didn't happen. So imagine we were also going to do all that. Yeah. But then, like I said, we were at Zara's and he started like screaming. Then I look over, I'm like, oh shit, like that's it. He's tapping out. Yeah. He's tapping out. But he was actually like, it was a joyous scream. It was very interesting. I wish I would have freaking recorded it, because I was like, and even my comadre who was with me and one of my cousins, where I was like, wow. He's actually like really happy right now.
Tired, but he doesn't want
like
the day
that tired.
End.
Yeah, it's like exactly. It's like that tired happiness, or like I say, like that drunk sleepiness. It's like, but I don't want the party to end. but let's go. And yeah, so that's where we're also the difference is. I was like, I would write it out. Let's go. Even when we went to the Brooklyn Children's Museum. Then I was like, oh, let's go hop over to Dumbo and have lunch there. Yeah. Again, he was a little bit of a hot mess, but I was still able to enjoy my food. Then after that, we hopped into the Starbucks, then got into the car and came home. So I don't know, too, if it's in his blood, if he got his mama's blood, that, you know, we sleep for 4 hours and let's go. Like, we out. Like, what can we do next?
What is it? They're like, get ready, club. Other club.
Yes. I've been wanting to do that video, but I keep forgetting when I'm at a place to do the clapping snippet videos. But yeah, again, and under the time management topic, it's also having. I feel like if you go out with zero expectations, I feel like the day just kind of goes smoother. Like prepare your Mary Poppins bag of magic fucking tricks, snacks, books, toys, whatever they're into at the moment. But also be prepared for a shit show.
Yeah, and like I try to make the most of the time that we have. So like, absolutely. For example, like I'll give us like okay, we're going to go here, and then like I would like to be home by 5:00. If we get home earlier than that, then it is what it is, because the kids didn't have that much fun there, or like like for example, when we go to the zoo, the Turtleback Zoo, some days it's like it's nice out here, but then when you're walking around there, it is hot, and it is absolutely insane, and you have to like, no matter how meticulously I schedule everything, I'm always like, you know what, it's way too hot, and like I'll improvise something small but not something so drastic, and then we are home by 5, because I know in my head they need an hour or so to wind down from just being overstimulated from being outside. I need an hour and a half for them, hour and a half to wind down. They get their iPad or movie time, whatever they want to do, and then it's bath time, and then dinner, and then bath time and everything. I am the one who has to prep it. So I give my time too. It's not just for them. Like I have to come in, I have to make sure everything's ready for them. We go, we cook, like, they eat, whatever. Bath time, and then let them wind down a little bit. Story time, go to sleep. Bye. Like
bye.
That's
bye,
it.
Felicia.
Bye. But I like I said, I've always been one for like, planning and everything, and that's just when something goes out of whack, my personality completely changes. Like if it is not,
I know.
If it is,
it's that top A.
Nope, I'm just like I can't. So
control.
Yeah, and like I work through this with my therapist. She's like, they're kids, and I'm like, I understand that, but they're my kids. Like I get that they're kids, but they're also in the routine with me.
Yes.
And like, here's a perfect example of how I just kind of knew, like, okay, something has to change, because I was constantly rushing to drop him off at school and getting so angry all the time in the morning because it was like rushing, and like when you rush, you forget.
Oh yes,
you just forget. So I was just like, you know what? I have to. Where am I wasting my most time? I'm wasting my most time like trying to figure out what they're wearing. You know, what they're wearing, how they're wearing, like whatever. So I created.
Can we talk about that system? Yeah.
Yes. So I bought this little craft thing at Michael's. You were with me. Thank you for your military discount. This little craft thing at Michael's. I used my Cricut and I labeled it Monday through Friday on each one. Blue for him, and then pink for Alina, and then the bottom is their shoes. I literally was like, I spend about 25 minutes just getting both kids' outfits. And like really seeing like what matches with what, and like I can't find this shirt, and like I had this.
And that's like the morning
yes, and it drives me freaking bananas. So Sunday night, after all the laundry is done and folded, I go in, I put 5 outfits out, their emergency outfit just in case in their backpack, and their shoes, and I put Monday through Friday. And now I even have Oliver helping me, and I'm like, can you open up Monday? Do you want to wear this on Monday? And he's like, yes, because he's not at the point where he can pick up.
Quick. Do you also look at the weather for the week for that? I love that.
I do. And you know, the weather's always finicky or whatever, but I always look, especially winter time, or like that transition from supposed spring to summer,
or summer to fall. It's always weird. It's
I'm like, it is hot as hell, but I'm sending them in a long sleeve shirt. No. But I always do the Monday through Friday with the shoes at the bottom, and that's it. And then I have a bin on top with their names on it that they know their extracurricular events, that's where their stuff is. So like right now they have their Kids Strong outfit in there.
Did you only get one shirt for that, by the way?
One each.
I want to get another one just.
I mean, they only go once a week, so
I know that's what.
But I do want to ask just in case it gets lost, because you know the dryer has like a mouth and eats all of your stuff. But
it's like Narnia up in there.
That saved me a lot of time, because we go and we make it a thing in the morning when I'm getting Alina ready, and I'm doing her hair and whatever, and I get her dressed. Oliver's like, Monday, and he'll pull his Monday clothes and he puts them on, and then he comes out or whatever. But he also has started to tell me, like, I don't like that.
Oh, shit.
I don't like that. Like, today I tried to put on these little crew socks for him, and he saw them in the drawer, and he's like, I don't like that. I'm like, sir,
so what do you do then?
I'm like, what? I asked him, I'm like, what do you, because we're working on the what and the how, and like, you know, what are you feeling, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, so what do you want to wear? What socks would you like to wear? And he tells me black socks, and I'm like, well, go get your black socks. And he knows exactly where they are. He gets them, awesome. He puts them on. So, and like with his shoes, he picks out his shoes. He has like these black ones he loves, and he's like, I love my shoes. And I'm like, okay, but you were wearing multicolored ones today because of your outfit, so this is what you're wearing. And he's like, they're so nice, but whatever. So that shaved a lot of time for me.
I bet.
And I'm telling you, my anxiety went from here, and you can't see me, but it's all the way up above my head.
Way above
my head.
You can see it here.
You can see it here. And then it went like super low, because in the morning it's less stressful. So we get in the car, their backpacks already have hooks for each of them, their lunch boxes already, and I'll pack their snacks beforehand, just because I have that snippet of time when they're sleeping. So while I'm closing up shop around the house, I get that stuff done and put their thermoses like in the fridge, because I know that's where I'm going next. Like, I just try to anticipate future me and be like, I'm gonna help you, girl. I got you. Got past you, got you. And that time management truly helps the anxiety. It helps the stress. And, you know, I feel like it just makes me a better mom and a better version of myself.
Love that.
Yeah, because I'm just like, because when I'm angry in the morning, like, no one.
The whole day goes to shit.
The whole day.
And when it shouldn't, right?
It's supposed to be a joyous day. You just woke up to a new day.
You know, woke up alive.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when we take like that little minute to reflect, even though it doesn't happen, because again, like you said, our brain is go, 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 go. You wake up, you open those eyes, and that to-do list is like, hello, what's up? What are we going through? Let's do this. So...
But yeah, so I'm just like, that little bit with that, at least that time management piece has helped. And then like just really giving yourself the grace period between going like wherever you're gonna go. If you need to take 2-3 hours to get ready because you know yourself, then do it. Like, you get ready.
I am that person that will arrive like 3 hours to the airport before my flight.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing I have never been late for.
You're like, I want on vacation. Like, we out here. We're here a day before.
And I remember like the first time that we traveled with Caleb, and it only has been once. It was last April, and we were up in there so early, and Kelvin hates being at the airport so early. And I'm like, no, we need to get there because again, I'm managing my managing my anxiety levels.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, what can you do?
Yes.
What can you do to prepare yourself, like you said, for future you? Like you said, oh, high five and like, thanks, girl, thanks for that, thanks for packing my bag last night, so I didn't have to rush and pack it.
You know,
putting my passport in my purse,
Yep.
so I didn't have to. I mean, I could just quickly double check this morning that it's there, not like, oh shit, I need to go into this and get this and blah 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 blah. So shoot.
Yeah, I mean, time management, honestly, it's different for everyone. And like, you know what's one quote I hate, and I hear it all the time? I hear it so much when they're like, Beyonce has the same 24 hours. Yeah, well, she has a personal chef, and she probably has like 10 nannies, and she has all the things. So, F that.
Yeah.
Like,
and then I feel like even if you do have those resources, if you don't have your brain in check of what you're actually supposed to be doing, then
she has her and her brain, and then she has like 10 other brains working for her.
Exactly.
We have to take that in.
Yeah, and then she still has to manage those brains too, in a sense. Like, so it could like, hey, everybody, I like, better said, everybody's 24 hours is fucking different.
It's so different. Your 24 hours
because again, we have completely different, like, even though I say we all live the same lives, but the daily work that we're all doing individually is completely different.
Yeah.
You know, how I woke up this morning is not the same way that Nora woke up this morning. And again, even though we all have those running to-do lists, the top of my to-do list was I need to get myself ready to get out this house. Yeah. With Caleb. Yeah. And I had no additional help, where normally in the mornings, like, at least my dad is there. But I was like, oh shit, Mondays, it is our day. I'm on my own. You on your own. Yo. Like.
Yeah, and it's honestly so wild to think, like, just tweaking little things, little tiny things can save you so much. Like, something that takes you 5 minutes when you're at a sound peace of mind, that you're not rushing to do it. 5 minutes to do will save you a legit 25 minutes in the long run. And you get, like, when I posted the thing that I put in, when I put all their I start finding joy in doing it. I'm like, ooh, what are they gonna wear? They're gonna look so cute. Yes. And I put it, and I've gotten so many comments like, where did you get that? Blah blah blah. And does it really save you time? That was one thing that does it work? Does it actually work? I'm like, yes, this is not.
But that's the thing. It's like, working for you.
Me, but it may not work for somebody else. Yeah. Especially like. What I like to think, like, say, for example, I had lived with my parents, like, we all lived together or whatever. My mom is literally fly by the edge of your seat kind of person. Like, she is not organized at all, drives me freaking bananas. But, like, I package stuff for her. Like, it's to the point where I put, like, this is pink. Pink is for a girl. It is for Elena. Blue has dinosaurs on it. It is the cube for Oliver. Why is Oliver wearing Elena's shorts, and why is Elena wearing Oliver's shirt? Like, I just don't understand. So, like, I feel like if we were here and she saw that, because she's seen it in the house, she's like, you're crazy.
Yeah, that's too much for me. My mom would say, I'm crazy. That's too organized.
Yeah, she's like, that's too much. I'm like, what do you mean it's too much? She goes, it's just, why? And I'm like, because I'm doing this myself. Like, do you understand?
But again, like there you go. What's working for you, even your own mother, it does not work for her.
Yeah. I mean, my sisters are even like, ma'am. And I'm like, what? And they're just like,
but again, it works for me. You. And if it's giving you that sanity.
Oof. It's like mini orgasms in my head. It's like,
oh my God, that just reminded me of what Kim Kardashian said in one of her episodes.
BDL.
No. When she said a clean and organized playroom. And I was just like, at first I was like, what? And then I'm like, oh. Yes. I mean, I don't know if it'll actually give me an orgasm, but I know. But when I know where you're saying.
But when I see a clean like room or what, like that's just
it's just the feng shui of it all.
And you know it's so crazy when you do that, when you actually have that for me, when it's, some people have organized chaos, which God bless you, because that's literally giving me anxiety just thinking about it. But for me to,
and that's
for
sometimes me, so don't come over.
No, I won't. You can let me know when. I won't barge into your house, I promise. But
when I haven't put my socks away in a certain way, so just
but when I have it done, I feel like my day goes smoothly, and I just feel like a better person and a better mom and a better wife, because Alberto has heard me stomp around all pissed off, like, I want to burn this house to the ground, like, you know, because like I just feel like that one inconvenience. Yeah, like that one inconvenience. I feel like the whole house is like, that's it. Something's wrong with it. Yeah. I hate it. It's just a minor inconvenience.
With me the other day, I couldn't find the teaspoon to measure out my stuff.
So you're like, this whole house.
Fuck this! I'm not fucking cooking. Fuck it. And then I think I opened up the one drawer there, and I was like, oh, okay, now I'll continue. But again,
you went from big red back to
if stuff was already organized or being put back where it should be,
yeah,
you know. And if I were to open my drawer and I'm like, all of my measuring spoons are there,
yeah.
So
that's zen.
Those are like the little thing. It's the little things, but it's also the little things that will fuck you up.
Yeah, and that literally eats. It's your time eater, and that is your time eater.
Yeah,
like, you know, but like, you know, just one more point. Being a, like, you know, right now I'm on maternity leave, but when I'm working from home and then I have the kids, like, you know, I had to pick them up at a certain time, drop them off at a certain time, like, do all these things. I just made sure that I didn't exceed waking up. Like, I love to sleep. So you're not going to catch me here at 5 a.m. waking up before these kids and being like, I'm going to make my coffee. No, I'm waking up. Like, if they need to be at school at 9:05, mama's waking up at 7:20. Okay. I'm waking those kids up with me. I brush my teeth. I do what I need to do. I put my hair up because I look like a hot mess going to school. Don't even care. But I'm like, okay, 7:20. I don't have to clock into work till 8:30. So that gives me a little bit of a buffer. But I have my phone. I go ahead. I get them ready. We are in the car at 8:15. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, because that parking line is absolutely insane. People think that they can park wherever they want. They think that they're like kings and queens. I'm like, no, find a parking spot. That's a legal parking spot. Get my kids in. I'm not rushing them to run into the school. Okay. We are walking leisurely to your class, so you don't have that anxiety in the morning.
Yeah.
You know? So, and I'm prepping lunches. I'm doing snacks. I'm doing all these things. Taking them. They're in. They're one of the first kids there. Bye. Love you. Have my phone for work. Come back. I am sitting and I am working non-stop from that time all the way to 2:30. They get out at 3:05. Mommy's leaving at 2:30 to get on that line again. Jeez. But it is nonstop. I get all the important things done because when it comes to my job, I'm like, let me bang all this stuff out. Don't have it just all in the back of my head. Whatever else, it's literally sprinkles of gifted time. So it's like I can go ahead and do this project for you because I already got all of the imperative stuff done. I can go ahead and help you with this because all my work is done. But that just plays in my brain that it has to be done. And then I feel better.
Absolutely.
And then I go pick them up, and the rest of the day, being a stay-at-home mom with 2 toddlers, absolute craziness. And it's like I work till 5. Well, they're running around causing mayhem in my house, but I'm still on. And, you know, and it helps having very understanding managers in a team, but when you do all of your work, nothing's left for them to be like, you're not doing your work.
Yes.
Like, I am working.
Yes.
I'm doing what you need me to do. And if you message me, I am right there. I'm literally like, yes, I'm here, focused, back. 5 o'clock, done.
I'm out. Yeah.
I'm done. You are not getting extra of me unless it's something that you've told me about a long time ago. You're not getting it. My kids need me from 5 to when they're about to go to sleep, and they need me to be attentive to them. So that's what, and one thing that's killing my time right now is the fact that I'm glued to my phone because I just need that little bit of escape. So I'm working on that to put my phone down, look at my kids, get on the floor, play with my kids.
Yes,
really use that time because at the end of the day, you're not promised tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And then these little sprinkles of time that you see your beautiful babies, like you blink and then they're adults telling you they don't want to wear crew socks.
That's like me, even looking pictures of Caleb back in March when we started like narrowing down this podcast, and now we're here and I look at pictures, I'm like, who is that kid?
Yeah. Aren't you like, no?
Yeah, no, I'm just like, but then obviously, I mean, I don't even have time to cry because I move on to the next fucking topic in my freaking
You're like, okay,
next. I'm like,
time management, 2 second tears. Bye.
Emotion. Okay, next. But no, I wanted to go back to what you said about leisurely walking your kids into school.
Yeah.
And not like brushing that or passing on that anxiety that you have because of rushing them and getting them there, because I truly believe you can definitely channel that anxiety onto your children. And I remember one of the things at the little gym, I remember as she said it, so I'm probably gonna butcher this word, eloquently,
yeah.
There you go.
You did it.
Again, I'm not saying it verbatim, but it's just like it really, like I was like, okay, it really like embedded in my brain. She said, I would appreciate, or something along these lines, I would appreciate if you guys get here either a couple minutes before the story time or like right on time, because coming in afterwards, your children are going to sense that rush. At the same time, you're also disturbing the rest of the children that are already engaged and focused on the story time. And again, and I think even after that, like again, I was still getting there on time, but I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, maybe let me give myself even 5 more minutes extra, because sometimes I feel that Caleb is feeling
your anxiety,
my stress and anxiety. Like, we gotta get there, hurry up! Like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out there! Put on your fucking shoes! And I'm like, it's not his fault.
Yeah, he's like, why are you yelling?
Yeah, he's like, come.
If I could put my shoes on, ma'am, I would.
So it's just like, again, that little shift.
Yeah.
In how you process things or work through things makes all the world of difference, and more for our littles.
And it's crazy because time is literally, that's the backbone and cause of all the shit. Not enough time. There's not enough time. You're always in a rush. You're always in there. And then your anxiety literally shoots up because you're thinking, like, if I'm going to show up late to somewhere, what are people going to think? Or like, or
should I even go now? What's the point? What's the fucking point?
Or like, I just wasted my money to go to this thing. And now I'm just like, honestly,
like, what a fucking spiral.
It is so bad. Like, I go in like, I'm the worst. Like, we were supposed to be here like I had the worst time when it was Oliver's graduation. The teacher said 10:30. She said 10:30. We got there at 10:15. Apparently the ceremony started at 10. I'm like,
get the fuck out.
And thank God I got there 15 minutes earlier. But I was like, if I would have missed my son getting his, me and you would have had a problem. Like, me and you would have had a big problem because I had
look
receipts.
at how your time management skills earn you gold star, Mom.
I had the receipts. I was like, ma'am, you said 10:30, and then the next day, because I just didn't trust these idiots, I was like, nope. Hers, Alina's was at 11. We were there at 10:15. And they were like, you're very early. And I was like, yeah, well, we thought we were early yesterday, too. And we almost missed it. So, whatever.
But that's another thing, too. I feel like with the pandemic, I feel like everyone's just off.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be forever. That's literally going to be... All of us were just like, oh, we missed like 2 years of our lives that didn't count.
But
like,
I think, and like the ball is being dropped everywhere. So that teacher clearly was probably... her mindset was somewhere else.
But
she probably meant to...
Yeah.
Text 10:00 or 10 a.m.
And she's like,
but then she just decided to throw that 3. She was thinking number 3. She maybe has 3 kids. She needed to be there. Maybe she had a doctor's appointment 10
There's no grace here.
I
almost missed my son's graduation.
Giving people the benefit of the doubt, and even more so these days.
But you know what's so crazy? We've just become so accustomed to everyone dropping the ball that it's just okay.
I'm not saying that it's okay, but I think we should hold each other accountable.
Yeah, because I straight up was like, this says 10:30. Yeah. And she's like, and I'm like, oh.
And it went out to the entire student body. Exactly. All the parents.
I was like, ma'am, no. Goodbye. But yeah, so please, give yourself grace period and give yourself grace.
Facts.
See whatever works for you, whatever works for your family. If you are type A like me, I do have it on my highlight on my Instagram. It's NK Misones. I do have my little drawer thingy and some other fun little nuggets because I have 2 bigger kids and then now a baby. So whatever I do learn, I will try to share it because time management is my jam because I love it.
No, and
but I am one person that will be like, that I don't like that for me today, so we're not doing this. And I'll just be like, sorry, it doesn't fit in I'm
working on that.
But you give Caleb such amazing experiences. Like, because I do see, like, whenever you know, we text like all the time. We're like we're like little sister wives, but we text, where are you? Like, you know, but every, like, anything that, like, she's always down to take him anywhere. Honestly, for me, that gives me so much anxiety, because the thought of taking the two out, I'm like, no. We will stay home because it doesn't fit in my emotional, mental. I've been
dreading the beach because of that.
I can't. I've had horrible dreams, so that's why we're not going to the beach. Like, until I can buy a kiddie pool again and bring it and let them chill in the pool with the beach water, we're not doing the beach, ma'am. Because the beach is here. One will make you glow in the dark because it's disgusting. But like,
I was going more for like sand play,
but then they see the whole body of water and they're like, ah! And I'm like, no. But in Miami was fun. I took them to the beach there, and I was like, Alina was like, hell no, I'm not touching that. Like, I'm in the sand. I'm not going over there. But Ollie kept trying to go far. I'm like, sir, you don't even know how to swim with floaties. Like, get your little butt over here, please. Like, big fears. But
no, but with the beach, because my friend over the weekend, I saw that she posted it, she was like, getting here, she wrote something along the lines, getting here was annoying as F.
Yeah.
And it was super relatable, and I even asked her for some like advice and tips, and she gave them to me. And that's been nice, having other moms around that have kids like around Caleb's age, to kind of, I guess, time manage the tantrums or what to expect at that age and what they wanted to do. They wanted to run free at the beach, and I'm just like, shit, I don't know if I'm going to do that. But that brings us to our next topic.
Yes, our next episode. Maybe. We are going to be talking about mom friends or mean girls. You know?
I like that.
Like, what you got? Like, what have you experienced? We are going to take this out to the poll on our Instagram page. It's the Amigas Podcast. So if you're not following us, please do. And we do want to hear from you. Do you have your mom friends? Do you have your groups? Or have you encountered some mean girls that are mom mean girls?
And they have their mom cult that they're like, you can't be part of it.
You can't sit with us.
What do you mean? You can't baby with us.
Yeah, what do you mean? You can't push your Nuna stroller around with us. With your Greco stroller. I'm going to be like, well, me and my Greco are going to go and go to my park and chill then. Whatever.
That's going to be fun.
But yeah, this is going to be a good one. So we really want to hear from you guys. Share your stories. And yeah, let's get this episode.
Let's get this started.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Bye. Peace out.